I'll just start off by being a little snarky. You know, we put a businessman in charge of the country, and all I can say is OMG about that. And every agency would every agency would like to be exempted from sequestration, and I have a solution for that, which is to privatize those of us who are not doing our job. All right, so enough for the humor. I wanted listen. I am not a mean person, but just in the issue of transparency. And first, I want to thank you all, and not to impugn anyone's integrity, but we have a list of different organizations or people who are for the privatization, who are against it. Different airlines are for, some are against, consumer groups for and against. Could you just tell me here, anybody, do any of you consult with any of these or get paid and consult with any organizations or discussing employment with them? Those of you who are in the public sector included. Okay, just wave your hand if it's...
No.
No.
No, okay. All right, thanks. So I'm trying to simplify this, which is probably not a smart thing to do. But I'm trying to understand it. It sounds to me like there were a number of reasons those of you who would support a change in the system. One has to do with a consistency in the funding. Is that correct? I know the air traffic controllers did really emphasize that. Then I think another issue was trying to move more efficiently towards a more modern safety technology. Is that one of them? And then I think one of the issues was not having the regulators separated from the operators. That was it. Is there another issue there that I'm missing?
Well, yeah, there is another big issue,
okay, which one
and
is that?
That is the organizational culture of FAA, which gets into the procurement problems, the chronically over budget, late delivery of things, not getting productivity out of new technology in the way that it should be done.
Okay,
that's a big problem.
All right, good. Thank you. I don't know why that skipped my mind, but that's the one I had my next question about. Okay, which is, what kinds of things do you think this new organization could do that the government is not able to do? I mean, what will you be skipping, and what would be the potential unintended consequences? Which I would like those who are for this also a movement to, give us your opinion on that.
Well, I'll start. I mean, one thing would be to be able to hire and pay the best talent from private industry as program managers and as expert engineers and software people. There are good people in the FAA, but they're hamstrung in a system that has a lot of basically career lifers who are happy to be in a process that's very time-consuming and that has numerous people who can say no at many points along the way, drags out the process, and if you have people who are not performing well, it's very difficult to get rid of civil servants.
Does anyone want to defend the honor of the civil servants?
I will be happy to.
Yes, go ahead.
As I said in my opening statement, we have by far the best aviation professionals in the world working for the FAA. Aside from the funding stream, one of the things we would also like to see fixed is something that Ranking Member DeFazio also brings up, is the procurement requirement process and the multi-agency oversight, which then puts us into a bureaucratic-laden process of requirements and procurement, and it delays our process of implementing new technology.
I would guess that bureaucracy, which can drive everybody crazy, was probably got in part there because of abuses, I'm going to guess, and to try to avoid that, right?
I think every time we have a hearing, there's more oversight that goes into it, so it kind of self-fulfills itself every time we have a hearing of something that's not working right within government.
And, I'm going to have 15 seconds. The contract towers, what happens to them?
Well, we represent 94 of those contract towers and the members that work there. It's very important to us to keep service open to all facilities across the country, all airports, and to continue to have a very diverse system, whether it is big city or rural America.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I yield back.
I thank you, Ms. Frankel. Ms. Frankel.